So in Android, bottom sheet appears from bottom part of our screen. There are two types of bottom sheets, standard bottom sheet and model bottom sheet. Standard bottom sheet remains persistent at bottom part of application screen, and it needs to be inside coordinator layout, and we apply behavior to standard bottom sheets. For example, this is the collapsed standard bottom sheet, and this is the expanded standard bottom sheet. The another example is Maps, a Google Maps application that uses standard bottom sheet. As you can see, inside our coordinator layout, we have this standard bottom sheet frame layout with layout behavior, and there is another bottom sheet, model bottom sheet. The key difference between standard bottom sheet and model bottom sheet is, in model bottom sheet the primary content is not visible, and in standard bottom sheet, as you can see, the primary content is always visible, and bottom sheet is either in collapsed state or in expanded state. In model bottom sheet, this is not the case. The primary bottom sheet is not accessible when the model bottom sheet is open. This is example of model bottom sheet in collapsed state and expanded state. We are using this model bottom sheet for showing theme models to our users in Android. When user clicks this theme image button, then our model bottom sheet gets displayed to user on his device screen. So we will create a new package in our package. We will call it sheets, and inside this package we will create a new Java class named themes sheet. So it will extend bottom sheet dialog fragment. Note that this is model bottom sheet. So we will override its on create view method. Then we will override its on create dialog method. Then we will override its on view created method. We will override its on attach method. We will create a public interface named public interface bottom sheet listener. In this interface, we will declare void show themes sheet, and we will pass our view and our theme sheet reference. So we will declare our bottom sheet listener at top of this theme sheet. Private bottom sheet listener, and in on attach method, after the super call, we will create try catch block, and in this try catch block we will assign our listener, we will cast our listener to bottom sheet listener. So we will cast our context to bottom sheet listener, and if there is class cast exception, then we will throw new class cast exception. We will pass context, and we will pass must implement bottom sheet listener. So for example, if you have main activity which chooses this theme sheet, and if you are forgot and if you forget to implement this bottom sheet listener interface in that main activity, then there will be class cast exception when you open this bottom sheet, and it will say main activity dot java must implement bottom sheet listener. Since it is not implemented in that main activity, if it is present, then it will be assigned to this variable. Then our bottom sheet needs view, that is a layout file. Hence we will create a new layout resource file inside our layout directory. We will call this pop-up underscore themes. Just change this layout to linear layout and add text view with width wrap content and height wrap content and text. I am bottom sheet. I am model bottom sheet. And we will use this pop-up themes.xml layout in our on create view function. So we will return inflator dot inflate r dot layout dot pop-up underscore. We need to import R, the first one, pop-up themes. Then we will pass our container and we will pass false. As you can see, inflate takes 3 arguments. One is layout resource, then its parent and attached to root, either true or false. So this onCreate dialog function is very useful. In this function, what we will do is we will calculate a peak height for our bottom sheet. So we will create dialog is equal to, and we will assign dialog written by this super call. As you can see, it returns android.app.dialog. So we will cache that dialog in this dialog variable. Then we will set dialog.set on show listener, new on show listener, and we will replace this with lambda. So we will declare bottom sheet dialog d is equal to bottom. We will cast our dialog to bottom sheet dialog, then frame layout, bottom sheet is equal to, we'll find d dot find view by id, com dot google dot android dot material dot r dot id dot design bottom sheet. So we will reference design bottom sheet from bottom sheet dialog. It is a frame layout. But it may be null, hence we will check if bottom sheet is not equal to null. Then bottom sheet behavior dot from, we will pass bottom sheet our frame layout, and we will set peak height bottom sheet dot get height, and after this we will return our dialog. So in on create dialog we will attach on show listener to our dialog, and when it is shown to user then its height will be calculated using this part of code, and we will set the peak height of our bottom sheet. This is very useful function because peak height is nothing but the bottom sheet height when it is in expanded state. If we not implemented this function, then what is going to happen is when you open bottom sheet on the device, then it is not fully expanded. Hence we use this on create dialog function like so to make our bottom sheet fully visible when it is open. Then in on view created we will call listener dot show themes sheet, and we will pass view and our theme sheet dot this as reference. So in our main activity we have themes count button, as you can see over here, click me, and we also have this themes IB image button. So we will reference this image button inside our init common as image button themes IB is equal to find view by id r dot id dot themes IB dot set on click listener new on click listener. So inside this on click listener we will create a new try catch block, and we will call new theme sheet dot show. So this show function needs fragment manager and tag. So we will get our fragment manager using main activity dot this dot get support fragment manager, and we will pass unique tag, and we will use sheet name as tag themes sheet here, and we will catch exception e, and we will print stack trace, and we will run this application. But before running our application we will do one thing. We will open our model level Gradle file, and in this we will create a new build type named debug, and we will set debuggable to false, debuggable to true. This ensures that our build is debuggable in this debug variant, so that we can view our logcat exception traces in our logcat. So after our Gradle sync is finished, it's syncing, we will run our app on emulator. We will see these build types in details when we publish our application live on Google Play Store. Some properties inside these build types are very useful for shrinking resources and making our app compact. Currently we are using debug variant with debuggable true only. So as you can see, our launch is succeeded. So just open our logcat. Here you will see available resources. Currently we have the simulator connected, and we will see our package only. So when you click this image button, you can say there is one crash, and it is saying that main activity must implement bottom sheet listener. I deliberately did this because I want to show you this on attach method of our theme sheet. As you can see, our theme sheet.java 63 line thrown this exception since we didn't attach our bottom sheet listener in main activity and directly called our theme sheet in that main activity. Hence we must implement bottom sheet listener inside our main activity. So open your main activity.java, and after extends we will write implements theme sheet.bottom sheet listener, and just click on this bulb implement methods and show theme sheet. We want to implement this show theme sheet method in our activity. As you can say, this will contain reference to the pop-up view and theme sheet. And now rerun our app. You can see our bottom sheet is visible. I will do one thing. I will copy paste this text view few more times to increase bottom sheet height. But as you can see, it is like this because our linear layout has default orientation horizontal, so we need to change its orientation to vertical. Hence, instead I will do one thing. I removed that text views, so I will add some padding top 50 dp, and padding bottom 50 dp, and I will set orientation to vertical, and I will set layout width to match parent, and I will set layout height of inner of this parent linear layout to wrap content, and I will rerun our app. As you can see, we have our model bottom sheet. When we drag down, it will be get closed. When we click outside bottom sheet content, it will be get dismissed. When we press back button, it will be get dismissed, and it is making primary content inaccessible when our bottom sheet is visible to user. It has peak height calculated based on the content of bottom sheet. It calculates that peak height in this on create dialog using this code. So in the next video we will design layout of our theme sheet, and thereafter we will move towards how we can apply the current theme which is selected by user inside our application.